In today's video, I am making the all-time greatest of one-pot meals, Ssam. A lot of the time you see recipes that claim to be one pot, but they're not, or they're just not very good, but Ssam is different. And I would also argue that it represents the absolute best part of Korean cooking. It has bright, complex flavors. It's also very interactive and fun to cook and to eat. Right up front, let me say that Ssam really is a concept, not a particular dish. At its core, it is a lettuce wrap with the meat or protein of your choosing that's served with a variety of side dishes called banchan. There are 5 essential parts of any great Ssam: the meat, the lettuce to wrap it in, samyang sauce, the rice, and the banchan. If you look at this list, you can see that the only thing that you actually have to cook is the meat and the rice, and the rest is either cleaning lettuce or buying delicious condiments. And I don't know about you, but I love exploring the condiments section at my local Asian grocery store. It is always a good time. That said, let's jump right in. What I'm making is Bo-Ssam, which is pork shoulder. So pork shoulder is a tough, collagen-rich cut of meat, which means that we're gonna wanna cook this for a while at a low temperature. And because the way I'm gonna be cooking the rice later, it actually leaves an opportunity to cook this in the easiest possible way. So I season the shoulder right in the pot that I'm going to cook it in with a salt and sugar mix, and I rubbed it with a lightly doctored samyang sauce. And this is a perfect moment to take a quick diversion into the Korean condiment section. Samyang is the namesake of Ssam. It's a condiment that can be purchased on its own, and it is effectively a mixture of doyoung, an umami-packed fermented soy paste, similar to miso, and gochujang, which is a sweet, tangy, spicy chili paste, along with a few extra aromatics like ginger and sesame. Feel free to make your own, but I found while I was making this video that the perfect balance for me of flavor and ease of use was to doctor up 150 grams of store-bought samyang with 50 grams of gochujang and 50 grams of rice vinegar. These condiments are obviously specialty items, but they are widely available at Asian grocery stores or even online, and I highly recommend you trying them out. The shoulder, we're gonna wanna cook low and slow like you would with any high collagen meat, so that ultimately that collagen turns into delicious gelatin. And in this case, I am pulling it, but if we wanted to say cool it and slice it or serve it anything approaching whole, you would probably wanna let this dry brine for at least 2 hours, preferably overnight. But in the end, because I'm just pulling the meat, this is as easy as adding 4 cups of water, covering it with a lid, and slowly simmering it. And while that's working, let's talk banchan. If you've ever gone to a Korean barbecue restaurant, are all of the small side dishes that are served. They're usually bright and acidic, and they are always delicious. I'm lucky enough to live close to an H-Mart and picked up 3 of my favorite, which are kimchi, spicy radishes, and muchim. But even if you can just get kimchi, which is pretty widely available, that will definitely do it. But just in case you can't find any of these, here's a quick sauce that, while it won't provide the crunch of the banchan, it will provide some of the brightness and acidity. Chop up 1 scallion, about 1 finger of ginger, and combine them with 150 grams of grapeseed oil, 75 grams of rice vinegar, 30 grams of light soy sauce, and 9 grams of salt. I really like having a squeeze bottle of a quick high acid sauce like this around, which is basically a vinaigrette, because you can add it to anything that needs a little kick or toss it with some grains for a quick salad. The pork has been cooking for about 1 hour and 45 minutes, and it is tender enough to be easily pulled apart with a fork, which means the collagen is fully broken down into gelatin and it is fully cooked. And this aromatic liquid is gonna be perfect for cooking our rice. So I measured out 1.5 cups of it and added it back into the pot along with 1 cup of medium grain rice. And my broth needed a little extra salt, so I added that as well, and then slowly simmered it for about 15 minutes until the rice was tender. The best lettuce for this, or really any lettuce wrap, in my opinion, is any type of butterhead lettuce. Anything labeled Bib or butter or Boston lettuce will be perfect. A lot of the times you'll find that these are grown hydroponically, which means you don't even have to rinse it. All you have to do is cut the stem off and unwrap it. Ssam is also traditionally served with an herb called perilla, which is a member of the mint family, also sometimes called shiso. And while it is one of my favorite herbs, it is frustratingly difficult to come by, but it is similar enough to fresh mint that they sell at most grocery stores, which will work very well. And all that's left here is to wrap this up and eat it. It is delicious. But anyway, that's all for me. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon.